Hey Nadia, it's me again, Mr. Sutherland, just saying hi. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to give you another update on our videos. Hopefully the other two videos were somewhat helpful on how to record your own and how to practice at home with the other exercises. We're going to look at today, number 3.45. You kind of went over that today in class. Serenade for Strings, which is on page 31. And we also did 346 briefly, just on part A, on page 32 for Fantastic Fiddles Orchestra Arrangement. All right, so we're going to look at 345 real quick at Serenade for Strings. And we're going to identify one thing first, that it is in G major. The key signature at the very beginning is G major. Let me show you my little book here. Just kind of remind you. Here's the viola part right here. And here's our key signature at the 1 sharp at the top, G major. And then after that, we know it's a G major because, well, it has 1 sharp. Then, of course, we have a time signature. It says 3/4 time, which means 3 beats per measure. And the quarter note, because there's a 4 at the bottom, gets 1 beat. Now, my book has all the parts on it, so we're looking at the viola part, right, for yourself. So don't get confused about what you saw there. Just looked at the part that I was pointing at. Again, viola, G, which is an F sharp at the beginning, so we're in the key of G, and 3/4 time, 3 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets 1 beat. Real quick, let's try to play a G major scale 2 times on the viola, and we'll set the metronome. Remember this loud guy, I'm going to turn it down a little bit. 60 beats per minute, and we'll play an 8th note, so do it twice, just like we have in the scale pattern in class from our string warm-ups number 1. Again, I have to have a violin, so please forgive me. You know that your strings are on the D string. I'm sorry, on the G string for a G major scale. Same fingerings as a D major scale. Here we go. 1 and 2 and set and play. That whole note at the very end. Again, you can always pause this and play with me again at the rewind you do there. Okay, turn that off. All right, so now we're going to take a moment, and you can pause this video real quick and try to sight read this. And again, we're in 3/4 times because it's 3 beats per measure, and you'll notice that you'll see a dotted half note, and a dotted half note gets 3 beats, 3 counts. So you can pause the video right now and try it by yourself. Okay, so now we're looking at, if you tried it already, if you paused it, we're looking at measure 4. You'll notice that there's an up bow slur on 3 beats. Here it is, starting on a D open string, then a 1 finger E, and right to 3 fingers G. So it's going to be all one movement. A slur, again, is the same bow direction for all 3 notes that we have here. That's that curved line connecting those 3 pitches. Here is measure 4, starting on open D, 1 E, 3 G, on an up bow. 1, 2, 3. And that should be that slur. Notice that my bow kept going one direction. Ready, and. Okay. Then right at measure 5, it goes to a down bow, open D. So here's measure 4, slurring those 3 notes up, and then a down bow on D. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? You'll notice that you'll see some very low notes coming in on measure 6, 7, and pretty much the rest of the piece. Measure 6 is a C, which is 3 fingers on the G string. 7 is a B, 2 fingers on the G string. On measure 8, you'll notice that it's another B up bow as a half note. Then you'll hop to 1st finger on the D string for pitch E. Let me play that for you just real quick. That's measure 8. It's an up bow B going on beat 3 to an E. Here's B. 1, 2, E. 1, 2, 3. So you have B, E. Notice that I'm tunneling. I'm playing a B on the G string and an E on the D string, and I'm tunneling both fingers so I can play and get ready for both notes. B, E. Okay? Then right after that we go to an up bow D. So you have B, E, D, 2, 3. Then if you notice at measure 10, we have another slur, half note C to a chord note B. That's 3 fingers down on the G string for 2 beats. Then with the bow going down still, move our fingers only to lift the 3rd finger and keep the 2nd finger down on the G string for that B. Here it is, measure 10, where we have the low C slurring down to a B. C, B. Notice my bow go in one direction. 1, 2, 3, C, B. Okay, and I lifted my finger to play that B. And then the next pitch on measure 11 is a 1 finger on the G string A. And that will be an up bow because it's after the slur, and we'll still play in détaché unless there's a slur. Okay? C, B, A. You'll notice then on measure 12, or I think 13, yes, you'll see the 4th finger D on the G string. That's a 4. 4th finger on the G string is a D. Remember that every time you play a 4th finger in first position, that means you're playing the open string of the string that's higher. So after G, the next string is D. So that's why I have that 4th finger there, just to make it a little bit easier without having to switch strings. So we have, here's that slur from C to B. And I'll keep going on to the very end. You'll notice that it actually goes down to open G's at the end. And then at the very last measure, there's a 3 finger on the D string G and then 2 beats of rest. Here it is, right at measure, I think, 11, where I have that C slur. C, B, 1, 2, 3, 4th finger, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, G again, and then went down bow, and there's that G at the very end. Let's play this one time through. I'll play this melody all the way from the beginning of 3.45 to the very end. I'm going to put the metronome on at 60 beats per minute. Maybe you can play along with me. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, and... There's a slur. Go to 3. 2 fingers on the G. B again. 2, 3, C, B, slur, up A, to 4th finger D, then open G. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, rest, rest. And that's the piece. All right, so the next one we're going to try looking at is 3.46 Fantastic Fiddles. This is an A, B, and there's actually a C part of orchestra arrangement. Like we do the whole round, stuff like that, rather than being a round, we just have different parts like you're supposed to have. And, well, not supposed to have, but usually have in orchestral arrangements of like classical pieces that you'll play later on the end of the school year for your concert. If you hopefully play with us very soon again. So we'll look at part A, and then I'll play part B for you later. And then I'll hopefully attach a little duet video of me playing on my little app to show you what they sound together. And well, look at part A first. Now, when you're looking at your part, at this piece, Fantastic Fiddles, that's 3.46 on page 32. Again, we're in the key of G. We know that, and we're in G major because at the very beginning, after our alto clef, we see there's 1 sharp. And when we have 1 sharp, we're in the key of G major. And again, you can play the G major scale just to kind of familiarize yourself with all the fingerings in G major in first position. Here it is. And you can play that by yourself at home. Then we are also looking at our time signature, which is in 4/4 time. That means 4 beats per measure, and one quarter note gets 1 beat. Okay. Now, this piece does have a repeat sign. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 measures to perform this piece. And at the very last measure, there's a repeat sign. Also on beat 4 on measure 8, the very last measure, there is a rest and a little apostrophe. If you remember what that means, that is a retake. That's when we lift our bow and go back to the starting position for a down bow or up bow, depending on what we have to play next. If you look at your piece, you'll notice that it's actually a lift and retake for a down bow position where we go to the frog end of our bow to go down. Okay? Let's look at part A. You can sight read this by yourself. I would suggest doing it at 60 beats per minute, doing it slow. You can pick up this tempo. This is at Allegro, so it's supposed to be about 90 beats to 100 beats per minute, which you haven't done in class yet. So you can challenge yourself at home if you want to, because that's the tempo marking that's written here. Now, you can pause this and play it by yourself. Give it a shot. If you didn't pause it, let's play together then. We're going to try to sight read it very slowly at 60 beats per minute. But first, let's do the rhythm and count the rhythm. Remember, we want to try to break stuff down a little bit easier so we can be prepared to see what you're going to play. Here's the metronome. We're going to count and clap the rhythm. 1, 2, ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, rest. Repeat. 1, 2, and stop. You can stop there. You get the idea for the rhythm. Okay? Next thing we like to do at home is before we actually put the bow to the instrument to perform it, remember, if you want to break it down, we will pluck and sing the note name. You can either write the notes right now to just familiarize yourself with the note names and the fingerings, or you can actually pluck and sing it all together. Here we go. Let's try and plucking and singing it together one time. Excuse my singing. I'm terrible at singing. You know that already. But I'm going to do it anyways because that's what's going to help us become better musicians and violists. Ready? Start on G, right? That's our first pitch. 1, 2, sing and pluck. G, 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 D, 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 F sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, G, 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 F sharp, E, D, F sharp, G, B, G. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. It should be on measure 7, or measure 6. Measure 7. F sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, B, D. My apologies. I can't edit this that quick, so I'm going to say I'm sorry and not edit it. All right, let's try playing it together one time. You can either always pause this and review back on what you did, fix any mistakes. Of course, remember our triangle. We want to do plan, do, reflect, plan, do, reflect. Always going in that order so we know what we're doing, and always making improvements, not making the same mistakes twice. Like me, saying the wrong note names. Here we go. Here's part A. 1, 2, set, and play. Take and repeat. Okay, let's look at part B. Not much different. Part B is actually starting on a different note, and all the notes are pretty much different. The rhythm, however, is exactly the same. So let's take a moment to pluck and sing the notes on part B. We're starting on the G string, 3 fingers for C. That's our first pitch. Ready? 1, 2, sing and pluck. C, 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 B, 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 D, A, D, D, F sharp, D, B, C, 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 B, 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 D, A, C, D, D, B, rest. Sorry, I had to flip the page on that one. That was kind of hard. All right. So we'll notice here there's a few moments in this piece where we don't play at all the D string open. We actually play a fourth finger D on the G string. So that can be a little bit cumbersome, a little difficult, but can always overcome that difficult by practicing. Okay, let's try playing it now. You can actually, again, pause this and review this, or we can play part B together right now. Here we go. One, two, set, and play. I think I played that last measure right. I had to memorize it real quick. Let's look at the last two measures really quick. It should be a 4D to 1A. This is the last two measures of part B. We have D, A, C, B, D, B. My bad, that was D, B, D, B at the very end. Okay? All right. So, hope you enjoyed. It's a pretty easy piece, I believe, but at Allegro it's even better because it sounds more fuller, and we're having all the parts together in class helps out too. So that was our lessons for today. To catch you up a little bit, tomorrow we'll add how to play arpeggios and possibly a two octave D major scale. You may get there, you may not get there. And again, all these kind of things we can look at our string warm-ups for this arpeggios and scales. We're looking at the bottom half of our string warm-ups number 1 to kind of familiarize with what notes to play. And that's pretty much it. So hope this lesson helps. We'll hope to see some of your videos to send to me so I know that we're still learning together and what things I can help you on while you're out of class. Okay, well, we missed you, Nadia. Hope you feel better, and I'll hopefully see a video from you soon. Take care. Bye.